The following evidence of Alco 64 contains imagery of CP, revenge of other content creators, as well as sexual exploitation of minors and other childlike characters on cartoons and anime. Viewer discretion is advised of this predator.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of The Fox's Brew. So I hope you're ready for all of this. But before we get started, let me just start off by saying, don't go after this person. Just block them and move on. It's one thing if you're going to sit there and also spread the awareness and let people know, because unfortunately there are new streamers that are coming into the VTube community that doesn't know about him. Let them know so they are warned and they can keep their community safe. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to dive into the past of Alcro. Who was Alcro? He was known as Epic at one point, he was known as Humble, and so many other names. But with this timestamp right here, this will like jump you forward if you already know like the past story. But I know there's people out there that don't know what he's done in the past. So let's get into it. So just want to give these people a shout out. The VTuber blacklist, if you want to stay on top of like who's done what, the reasons why they're like banned, leaving communities or whatnot, these people have it all. They do the investigation, they show the images, they show the proof on the reason why these people should not be allowed in the community. So please give them a follow, so that you can stay on top of all the news. So let's start at the beginning. What is he known for? Well, he's known for being toxic, racism, stalking, harassment, sexual harassment, impersonation, and stealing content. That's right. This is horrible. So, fair warning, I do not have all the information from when he was these other names because it's all gone. But we will start off back when he was known as Humble. Now, just let me state this. If someone is making multiple new accounts, that is a red flag, especially if they're making these new accounts to get back into the other communities. So we're going to start with this post. He had posted, whomever is a mod for this person, I would like to speak to them civilized and we can work things out. Thank you. So they had posted, that's not what you were banned for, but evading a ban with a new account is not going to work. We know who you are. You are never welcome here. Goodbye. Dude, like, if people ban you, kick you from, like, their communities or whatnot, just stay away. Personally, if people, like, kick you or ban you and you feel like you legit haven't done anything wrong, you don't want people like that in your life. I mean, you do have people out there, you could say, like, one little word or just a sentence and it will offend them and they will kick you, ban you, block you, the whole shebang. You don't want people like that in your life. But if you are legit the problem and people have talked to you, explained to you the reason why, then yeah, you deserve to not be a part of that community. Stop trying to get back into it. Please. Now, the next thing we're going to show is this. This is what I mean by you just don't talk about this stuff. You keep this stuff to yourself. This is very disgusting. And he just, dude, you need to be off the internet. That's all I'm saying. You just need to be off of the internet. So it says, to forgive me, I was wrong for simping, harassing, and forcing you to explain how you two met. I just want to be in your circle of friendship. I'm crying inside. My body aches from the pain I've caused. I shouldn't have been so envious of your relationship. And when I rebelled, I was trying to break you two up so I could have her for myself. I even had a nightmare of raping this person as you watched helplessly as I laughed menacingly. I was so angry that you, in my eyes, had the modern American dream, the perfect wife, tons of followers, voice acting skills, and everything. I'm deeply, sincerely sorry for being selfish and not thinking of everyone's feelings. I'm also sorry for pretending to be someone else. Okay. Sincerely, Epic. Dude, you got issues. Sorry, not sorry. You got issues. You don't need to be on the internet. You don't need to be a part of the community. You need help. You need to talk to a therapist. So the next part we're going to be going over is the sexual harassment. Now, he posted this back in 2023. It says, if you are a lewd tuber and you straight up be lewd in your tweets, Mellow, you're gonna expect lewd comments. Like, how are they not fabbable? And sorry, I just want to make sure I don't butcher the name. Then we have a person in the comments saying, "This is the bad take, brother. Just because someone posts lewd content and behaves in that manner doesn't 100% mean they'll do it with you. Perhaps if you ask permission to get to know them well, sure, maybe. I'm sure they get a lot of people DMing them." And the rest of that was not posted, so we'll just continue. The next image, it says, "I see they saw me and some of their followers as strangers." Well, what I'm saying is she doesn't know you personally. It would be like someone liking your post and then asking for $100 because you know them. You don't know them. They're just someone who interacts with your content, not you. And then we have another person saying, "This is kind of weird, posting someone's lewd as a tweet. Like, yes, it's not showing anything, but this is straight up weird." He goes, "I'm just trying to prove a point." Prove what point? This is why I don't share my lewds on Twitter. Like, I do not say for work because I enjoy it. I don't do it to be sexualized. See, I kind of have an issue with that. Yes, people do it because they want to feel sexy and feel good in their skin and stuff like that. But unfortunately, with the way the internet works, if you post anything lewd, sussy, whatnot, you will be sexualized. Unfortunately, that's just how it works. I do lewd content myself. Same thing happens. I set boundaries. People that send me inappropriate stuff, they do get blocked. Let's see. There's going to be creeps that want to sexualize you. If you feel uncomfortable with that, then don't do it on social media sites like here, for example. No, just set boundaries and make sure those people don't cross those boundaries, point blank. So then they reply back with, "Yeah, as a trans woman, I'm not your fetish to sexualize, period. It's not hard to just admire, yet not say shit. If I don't know you, of course, me and others will feel uncomfortable, period." And then the person that he posted the images come into the comments and they say, "This is the last time I'm going to talk to you about this. It's not even that to me. I'm aware what people do with pics. It's the fact that you went and made a whole new tweet about this to me, told me you thought I would be honored you to me then. No, that's just creepy and weird. We know what y'all do behind the scenes. We know. Trust me, we know. You do not have to post it and expect us to be flattered that you did that. That's just weird." So then they say, "Then when I ignored it, you repeatedly showed it to me. Then when I unfollowed you, immediately confronted me about it. I was only cordial to you because I began to hear about what you've done to others and I didn't want it to lead to like exactly what you are doing right now. Yeah, you deserve to be blocked and kicked from her community and so many others. This is just weird and you're crossing a boundary." So with the next image, he admits to using these account names, and I will show you a list of the other names that we've been able to find. But he admits to stalking and harassing. Right here he says, "Attention everyone, I have an announcement to make. If you're following Ilara VTuber, you've probably seen her tweet longer about me and my behavior to the entire VTuber community. This morning I am coming forward to reveal all of my accounts I've used to stalk and harass." But like I said before, if you see someone making multiple new accounts, those are getting banned for whatever reason, watch out. Now, granted, there are some out there that literally they get attacked by other communities and sometimes they don't do something wrong, but still it's very uncomfortable, and especially when you're making new accounts to get back into those communities. Just stay out of them. I believe that is all that we have for the Humble situation. So now we're going to be switching to when he changed his name to Epic. Now, let me make this clear to everyone. When someone is streaming and they're having fun, they're hanging with their community and stuff like that, don't go into their streams trying to start drama. Don't go in there trying to ask them why you've been banned or anything like that. So right here, we have where he went into someone else's stream. He said, "Before you block me, I just want to apologize for my actions and I'm seeking self-help. Thus, I'm making progress if you want to see more." And then he sends a link. Have a nice stream. Just don't do that. You bring down the vibes when you do that to somebody. You make it uncomfortable. That is so weird. And then I'm gonna go ahead and insert these two clips. One is from where he came into my stream, and the other is when he came into Promato's stream.
On just his stomach, done what he thought was the entrance to the birth canal. But John, unknowingly, had taken a wrong turn down an unmapped passageway via a route known as the Corkscrew, a place
Hello,
Oh,
Pom.
good time for an
I
ad
seem to be
break.
blocked by your Twitter.
Yep.
Did I do anything wrong?
Yeah, and you're gonna stay blocked also on Twitch. I was trying to ignore that, but I can refund you that money. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. That is very yikes, my dude. Do not, if I'm ignoring something, there is a reason I'm doing it. I'm doing it for your own good. Like, oh shit, dude.
Aye, the Armada. That's
1 second. Yeah, we're not dealing with that. So this is on his TikTok page. I have messaged everyone that he has tagged. He is tagging people, but we all know how social media is. It doesn't matter if you tag that person or not. If you take their content, download it, and post it on your page, you get all the credit for it. They don't really get the credit. And that's the thing that sucks about this. Now, just to pull this up for you, this is on his YouTube page. There is new people. This is new people that he's posting their content on his YouTube page. Like I said, granted, he is tagging them, but still, you shouldn't take someone else's content. It's different if you're like sitting there reacting to it, but you're literally taking their content from their page and posting it on your page. Don't do that. So here's his Instagram account, same thing. He's just taking the image or the videos and posting it on his page. Now going back to when we were talking about Sandstone, not sure if it was them or if it was one of their friends or someone that messaged Epic, but they said, why the fuck you impersonating people? And he said, since Sandstone can have 11k followers, why can't I? That's not how you get followers. Tell me then, because everything I do, people block me because you're crossing boundaries, dude. You're crossing boundaries. You're entering yourself in where you don't need to be, trying to get back into places that you've already been kicked and blocked from. Like I said before, you don't need to be on the internet. You need to seek help, and I mean real help, like from a therapist, not self-help. Now, this is mainly going off of the new stuff that is added to the list now, on top of everything else, and that's him making AI art of CP. Now, from going off of this image, anybody that has seen Spy Family knows that Anna and her friend are minors. They are like 5-6 years old. And what he did is he basically took their heads, put them on a more filled out woman's body. It's when that whole golden swimsuit thing was like trending. And he did that, and he thought that was okay. Now, here's the other thing. Anytime he gets called out, he responds with this. Stop treating fictional characters as real people. So this is where I'm having a hard time understanding. Then why is it that there are books that talk about CP and abusing children in that type of way are banned? Why is it that there are anime shows that talk and does that in those shows are banned? And then explain to me how if anybody takes a character, let's say for example, I believe her name was Mara Wilson from Matilda. How is this any different? I mean, she's playing a fictional character from a movie. So that doesn't really make any sense to me. If anything is identified as a minor, the age is under 18, and you maximalize it, you are a predator. So now we have these two characters from Boruto, they are underage. Then you have this one from Mermaid Island. Then you have Kairi from Kingdom Hearts. Like, dude, really? So here is another image coming up where he tried getting back into the community under Outgrow. So they posted, Epic has tried to come into my community. I am not stupid with his actions and did some investigating to confirm my instinct, and I was right. The UID above is the profile leading to Epic's new account. His actions from his past, regardless, is a no. So they go, hey Al, what's up? First of all, thanks for unbanning me from your Twitch, but I can't follow you. I think there's a cooldown. Oh, okay. Can I follow your blue sky, please? I think you blocked me. Are you certain you're not the person that people have been warning to the community about for behaviors. I've seen similar posts with your behaviors from another person. He's a hedgehog with a similar PFP that everyone's pointing out who has the similar stuff on Twitter and on the VTuber blacklist. He goes, you mean Epic? They go, the fact you asked me for a DM right away when you agreed to the rules means you haven't. Yes, him. Sorry, I couldn't find the ticket channel, that's why I asked, but it was a rule preset before joining. Yet again, not reading the rules. I mean, granted, you could look it up. You can type in where ticket is in Discord. Or you could simply ask someone in general if they can, like, send you to the direction of it. So then he goes, to be honest, I was Epic in the past, but I have changed my toxic behaviors. From everything we've seen so far, you have not. You have not. Things have carried on from when you were Epic, and some of it from Humble, to even now. I set these boundaries based for the few years I have been a creator. You are not allowed in my community. I'm a new person now. Epic pass or not, you are overstepping it. Point blank. Now, at some point, he did reach out to me, asking me if I could help him because he was being harassed and stuff like that. I believe some things you can be redeemed with over time, but anything that are harmful acts against children, harmful acts against animals, and putting your hands on your partner, no. I do not believe you can be redeemed for that stuff. So my thing is, you're reaching out to small creators, asking them to like, hey, do an interview, help clear my name and all this stuff. Why not reach out to the bigger creators? You know, the ones that could make a difference. Oh, because if you do, it's gonna backfire on you just like it's doing now, because either they're gonna do the investigation or one of their mods are gonna do the investigation and see all the messages and everything like that and be like, nope, we have to warn the community about them, and there's gonna be a larger amount of people knowing exactly who you are. One of the other things I want to point out, and it was brought to my attention, he also showed it to me, and I did tell other people when they found it that I don't believe it's true. So I believe criminals should be held accountable for the crimes that they commit. However, based on the way this person was speaking to Alcro at the time, I do not believe they were a minor. Even from going to their Twitter page and scrolling all the way down where the timeline is for everything, also makes me believe more and more that they were not a minor at the time. Myself, I also have a 14-year-old son, and he doesn't even talk like this. In fact, like talking on certain subjects, especially when he was given the birds and the bee type of talk, it was embarrassing for him. So either this person is lying or they were a minor and things were happening behind the scenes and they need to seek help for it. But all in all, I don't believe this document is true. Even from the video that he sent me and reading the messages between them, there's no way a minor would have been talking like that. Now, also at the same time, I also believe false accusations can seriously harm innocent people. If someone knowingly lies about a crime such as raping and another person goes to prison because of that lie, then the person who made the false accusation should also be held accountable once the truth comes out. Now, I'm not saying that he's innocent, because as you can see from all the stuff, he is guilty of a bunch of different things, but in this situation, no, I don't believe this should be held accountable towards him. Now, when those two were talking at the time, the person was known as Blair, now they're known as Haley. I'm gonna show some screenshots from the video, but I will have to censor it due to how they were talking to each other. Now, before I show y'all the clips or the screenshots, I am gonna play a little bit of it before it starts getting detailed. So you've got where he messages her and it says, hello, nice to meet you. Hi, hello, hi, how are you? I'm not a GFX bot / artist. Just wanted to ask you a few questions about your marriage to the harem king. if you're comfortable. Sure. First of all, congratulations. Thanks. Second, did you have a ceremony? Did you tweet about it? You're welcome. No, not yet. We did have our anniversary. Oh, really? Yes. How long have you been married? 4 to 6 months. Oh, awesome. Yeah. Congratulations once again. Thanks for the follow, no problem. Why did you ask questions about my husband? We used to follow each other previously, and I just found out y'all were married. Really, I didn't notice. Yep, he can tell you. Okay, I'll ask him, but I don't recall. Now remember, this is all back in July of 2023. Recall what, ever following you? He doesn't. Hi, how are you? Thanks for the follow. Hi, no problem. How are you today? And it's the person. It's Haley that says that first. Yeah, like I said, I don't believe a minor would ever say that first. So now I'm just gonna skip on to screenshots so you guys can read these. Now guys, I'm gonna show y'all a side by side so you can see. I believe the girl edited them just to make him look bad, because if you look, it's the same day, November 17th, November 17th. Can I help you with that? Maybe. These other messages are missing, but from the video recording, this is what it is. So yeah, I really do believe this Haley chick is a liar. I don't know what fully happened between those two, but they were framing Alcro, and I hate to say that because I really don't like the fact I'm not so much defending, but just trying to point out that he shouldn't be at fault for this dog. And right here, he even asked, he said, so what do you do in your free time? They say that. This is what I'm saying. When you read these, it doesn't make sense that it's a minor saying it. I will not post the whole video because it's not mine to post. Being honest, I wish I didn't see it. Now, here's a screenshot right here where he basically asked them, good morning, how you doing? How are you? And they say this. And then they ask to see it. And of course, Alcro sends it. And right here are the rest of the screenshots, so you can pause and read for yourself. And right here in this screenshot, Alcro does ask them what happened to Harem King. Apparently it's private. They broke up. They're no longer together. So you were cheating on your boyfriend, which in the document, they say that they're not actually married, that it was just boyfriend, girlfriend. Why are you telling people that you're married though? And then cheat on your boyfriend with someone else online. Minors wouldn't do stuff like that. As far as I know, I have never heard of a minor doing stuff like this. So this time, Haley is actually the one that asked if they can date. And I'm not gonna stay on this. So later on in the video, Haley ends up sending screenshots of everything that's happening with Epic, messaging people, aggravating people, harassing, everything like that. And then that's when Haley cuts it off. But as y'all can see, that's like my red flags and why I believe this person was not a minor at the time. All right, so the last thing that we're going to talk about is the thumbnails and what he does for his streams. I'm ready to end this. So from like 2 years ago, he has where he's been using this character. The character is a minor. It's one thing if you're using the characters to stream with, but when you're adding assets to a minor, yes, to me, that is an issue because you're trying to maximize the child. Now, I'm going to say this to those people out there. I do not care if you're messing around with AI, if you're creating anything with AI. I do not care as long as it's not involving children. That's my only complaint about it. But the fact that he's also having this, he was apparently banned. I was trying to find that screenshot and I can't find it, but he was banned from Twitch because he had the slideshow. How he's still getting away with it, I have no clue, but Twitch isn't really about following their own TOS. So anyways, that's all we got for this person. Like I said before, do not go after them. Simply block, spread awareness, let people know that he's back. If he leaves and comes back again, we will let the whole community know. So with this update, we're gonna go back and look at Twitter. There has been some new evidence. Technically, it's not new because it's from a few years ago, but we didn't see it the first time when we were going through it and looking for stuff. So we're gonna switch to Twitter and buckle up. So before we look at the other messages, I want to just show y'all this. I got it from Blue Sky. He did message me on Twitter, but since he blocked me again, the message is gone. It's not up here no more. But he said, can we chat? Sorry, Isla, I've come to bargain. Can we chat in Discord? And then someone replied, come into bargain, then immediately asking for Discord DMs is very low-key of you. And he said, Discord DMs is easier for me to communicate. You're gonna see why. There's no reason to bargain. You're not even willing to hold yourself accountable and take the hits that are coming at you. So here he made a post yesterday. I did a bunch of clips, but now we're gonna sit here and go through it all. Just FYI, if you don't like the AI content I post, just block/mute me instead of calling me names like pedo, parasite, scourge, scum, etc. Just let me be happy and enjoy my life. So I went in with screenshots and I go, or you can leave the internet for good. You're not welcome in this community or any other unless it's with other PDFs. A lot of the stuff in your past could have been redeemable, but the CP that you're creating and calling a 16-year-old fresh me will never be redeemable. I regret saying this because with the new screenshot I had, let's see, when I think he's did this back in 2023. Yes, someone snagged it and reposted it, and it was back in 23. But I'll show that to y'all after I finish this. So I went in with the screenshots. Then he says, I told you before, I did not say fresh meat. It was a parody account trying to defame me. Well, you're not very famous except for being a PDF, so no one can really defame you. Open this. Then I go, then explain why your ex-friend said you would make alt accounts to try to cover yourself when you got called out. Then tell people that wasn't you when it was. Then he goes, I made alt accounts to get away from the past / petty drama that y'all won't let go. Plus, I didn't know how to handle being cyberbullied. I know in my heart that I did not pry on minors or say fresh meat. Well, since 23, I think that's as far back, so it's a couple years ago, yes, you've been making CP art since then. So you are preying on children. Oh, really? How you made all accounts to try to join back into the communities you were kicked from, or did you forget what you told everyone before? And as y'all seen earlier in this video, I do have screenshots from where he tried to join back into a community he had been kicked from. So I went with this. And he goes, I stalked and harassed because at the time I was upset and demanded another chance. I had the toxic man baby mindset of if I can't be happy, no one else should be. That's when I realized that I need professional help. So I reply with, recognizing that you needed professional help does not erase the harm that was done or entitle you to forgiveness. Accountability means accepting the consequences of your actions, respecting the boundaries of the people you've harmed, and demonstrating sustained change through your behavior rather than expecting your explanation to speak for itself. Whether you change isn't something you get to declare. It's something others determine over time based on your actions. What concerns me is that you continue to defend the idea that creating sexualized images of anime children is acceptable simply because they are fictional. The fact that they are anime characters does not change the reason people find this content harmful or disturbing. Let me see if I can find the... I get mixed up in all this because it's not like in order, so give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. So then that's when he says, answer, if they don't like it, they can either A, block/mute, B, keep scrolling. I'm not harming real children. I said C, leave the community and internet. All you're doing is encouraging PDFs to be here. The best place for a PDF is 6 foot under. Really, I'm attracting actual pedophiles by posting AIR of fictional characters who don't have feelings or emotions. Plus, you're telling me that I deserve death? Yeah, that's the only place for any PDF. Or fertilizer. That's another good one. So then, of course, he replies with the gift. And this is the new person that he's been talking to. Example, the new person that asked you to make this of Anna, they say in their bio that they were defending paraphilias. Part of the definition is having sexual interest in children. So yes, you are attracting them. But I sent him all these screenshots so y'all can see it better, but you can't tell me this person isn't a PDF, especially when he's asking for that stuff. And here's like the full definition of it. So now we go back because, and I'm so sorry if I butchered your name, Sanrio ended up sending a few messages. Say, hey dude, why not use the older refs of the characters and not them as minors? There are many fan arts and official arts of them being older, teehee, use it or keep being a pedo. I said, I agree with this. It wouldn't have been an issue if he would have taken the like older versions of the people that he's creating, like Anna from Spy Family. She's 5 years old. There's older versions of her he could have simply got. Same with the characters from Boruto and some of the other anime, but he didn't. So I said, I agree with this. And he says, so if I age them up, will you leave me alone? Nope. Sorry, I'm just not the bigger person when it comes to PDFs. You shouldn't be breathing anymore if you sexualize children. And so I sent all these first, and then I saw that she had sent this. So I replied with, no, this isn't about bargaining or making deals. If you recognize that creating AI-generated images depicting minors in sexual situations is wrong, then you should stop doing it. Because it's the right thing to do, not because you expect the criticism to disappear. The concerns I've raised extend far beyond a single issue. With evidence I've discussed regarding toxic behavior, harassment, stalking, racism, sexual harassment, impersonating, and taking other people's content. Simply saying you'll age up characters doesn't address the broader pattern of conduct or rebuild trust. Accountability isn't something you negotiate. It's demonstrated through your actions over time. If you generally want people to view you differently, that starts with permanently ending harmful behavior, respecting others, and consistently making better choices, not asking whether criticism will stop in exchange for changing one aspect of your behavior. That's a mouthful for me now, but I was irritated yesterday. So Sanrio comes in. From how things are, some people will probably not leave you alone because you kept making things worse on your side, and it will probably take a long time for the process. You really did this to yourself, and you have no one to blame but yourself. And then I can't see the other messages. I don't think I can. Let me see. Okay. So this is it. So it was sometime after this, and me messaging all the other people that he had like left comments on. I had messaged them, sending them warnings and stuff. That's when he blocked me. I'm not gonna waste my time arguing to a brick wall who can't differentiate, I know I butchered that, between fiction and non-fiction, or use me for content fodder. Whatever. So she goes back and says, oh, so basically you still want to make underage, not safe for work / pornographic. Noted. Please stop or you will still be called a pedo. And he goes, I'll create what I want to create. All right then, well, I guess you'll be called a pedo for life then. He's not holding himself accountable. He's not realizing or understanding what we are saying to him. and he probably never will. So we're gonna read this one real fast. So Sanrio took the screenshot, posted it, and added another comment. All right, so now we know you don't want to stop and want to change making underage, not safe for work / pornographic. Well then, reputation is gonna be gone ×2. I mean, like I said in my comments, just change your stuff. Don't make that no more. When you were harassing somebody, making the alt account, the toxicity, the racism, all of that could have been redeemable at one time. But now, from having this discussion with you to basically say stop making CP of anime kids, and you're like a big fat F you, I'm gonna do whatever I want, you're gonna keep getting bullied every time you come back. In my eye, other people's eyes might be different, but in my eyes, once you're a PDF, you're always a PDF, and it's never gonna change. That will never change. So I did take a screenshot of what he said. I'm not wasting my time arguing with the brick wall. And I responded with, you keep hiding behind it's fiction. Like it excuses your choices. It doesn't. If your best defense is fictional CP, you've already lost the argument. Call me a brick wall if you want. At least I'm not defending sexualized depiction of minors. Oh yeah, and this is one of my buddies. Him and Captain has been helping me. A couple other people have been too, but they don't really want to be announced. But okay, you're gonna have to give me a second to find the other stuff. Okay, here's the other thing. So she took the other image too and said that's crazy that he's whining because he can't make underage porn and not be called a pedo. Make it make sense. You're making your grave deeper, dude. Fictional or not, respect the character. Exactly. I don't understand why that's so difficult. And then I say, right, that part, OMG, and Sanrico says basically he's throwing a tantrum again. That's all he's doing. He's throwing tantrums. If he can't be the victim or twist it around where he is the victim, he's gonna throw a tantrum. He's like what, almost 40, late 30s, close to 40? And he's acting like a child himself. So here's one of the new images. My God, 53 megabytes of AI generated porn of someone released out of spite or revenge. I'm not looking at this, but how pathetic you gotta be. Pedophile and revenge porn. Sad Anthony, just childish and sad. Epic. How the freak is this gonna yield an unblock? So he goes, here's so-and-so AI fan art collection since she decided to block and ban me from her Discord and Twitch. I told you I was sorry. I have tears in my eyes right now. You are not sorry if you're releasing this stuff. Oh my God, how fucking retarded are you? This is just something you don't do. But the fact that you even released it. Childish. Childish on so many levels. Petty, and not petty in a good way either. Now here's the other one that I was talking about earlier that was done back in 2023. Thanks to Shade, they put humble. I'm truly disgusted in what you posted. They are literally little children. The amount of eye bleach I need. So I was told this was some kind of comic strip that he made of Sonic and children. Inappropriately stuff. Ugh, I'm so glad it's censored. So in the comments, did you report him? That's straight up child porn. Hello, you've been doing this since 2023. There's a problem. Get the fuck off the internet. Yeah, is it possible to see what they posted? I need to know what was sent. Unfortunately, he deleted this post. It was not something I want to rethink of either. This was also posted about 7 months ago, so your luck is either in the comments or just moving on. He also has a history of stalking and harassing. Oh God, not this crazy effer. I blocked him ages ago. Why does he have a platform? Yeah, why do you still have a platform? It's just, it goes on, and it's like, dude, you're not welcomed anywhere. No one wants you a part of their community. You need to leave. So before we read this one, we're gonna read this. and thankfully Captain has it posted down here. It says, ladies and gents, invades Epic trying to justify sexualizing minors in Genshin or characters who look way too young. Now granted, there is a difference. When it comes to the anime stuff, you have those that are literally children, and then you have those that look like children, but they're actually like hundreds, if not thousands of years old. Like, and I'm probably gonna butcher this name too, but Firen, she's an elf. She looks like she's 12, 13 years old, but she's actually way older than that. Let's read this. I'd like to reiterate that several of Genshin characters are minors. Please stop sexualizing literal children. I don't care if they're 16/17, they're still kids. Agreed. No adults past the age of 19 should be sexualizing kids, ever. And if their age is not confirmed, please just play it on the safe side. Agreed. If you don't know what their age is, just assume they are underage. And don't be sussy around them. Don't talk about that type of stuff or anything like that. Unfortunately, we have seen from reading docies before and reading other messages, kids lie about their age and adults lie about their age. Personally, I think it's just better to not be sussy with someone unless you know absolutely 100% that they are of age. Just play it safe. So he goes, what if they're a deity like Venti, or for example, they're by canon thousands of years old, all archons except, I'm gonna butcher all these names, but y'all have rough confirmed ages. Nahida was confirmed to have been born fairly recently, and she has a child's model, so she is off limit. Oh, I recognize this one. Okay. Oh, she's definitely Chris Hansen's bait. Prince Hansen bait. Yeah, any child modem, no matter how old, is off limit. And if anyone has to justify why their pairing isn't creepy, then it's probably creepy. Then we'll go back up here. And apparently that's what Alcro, aka Epic, sent to Captain. So Captain replied with, you're a PDF, get your trash out of my mailbox, conversation over unless you're going to fully terminate your social media and stream platform present. How am I PDF, or how am I, yeah, I'm waiting. Dude, there's a lot of evidence proving you are a PDF. Just get the fuck out of here. Why is that so difficult? So then Captain takes the screenshot, posts it, and replied with, how am I a pedo? Sides with Draco and Natalie, confirms he looks through Sonic CP fan art and expressed positivity. Said Sonic CP for artist exposure. Friends with groomers, is yet to be convicted sex offender. Sexually harassment is his MO. And as y'all seen from everything that's been shared before, he is all of that. Okay, so here's where he did block me. So he had unblocked me because he was wanting to bargain with me to like stop the harassment, stop telling everyone what he's done, what he's doing and everything like that. So I was responding to this post that he had posted on a person called Hell Walker, and I said, wow, what a pussy, you unblock me, and while I'm responding back to one of your messages, you block me back. So why are you lying to people? So apparently he was telling his friends to basically block and report Hellwalker because he's spreading false information. He has not, as far as I know, and from what I've read and everything, he has not spread any false information. Everything he's gotten is from the screenshots and clips that we've got, that we've shared and everything like that. He's just one of the people help trying to spread awareness and letting all the communities know. And so as I was trying to reply back, I said, hey retard, why are you lying? Hell and I are not acquaintances. He likes and shares awareness of what you've done, and I do the same with him. If he finds something new that you've done, I'm gonna help spread awareness because the community deserves to know the bad things you have done. And then that's when I tried to hit the reply button, I had been blocked. But as like a funny thing, Let's read this. Well, Captain, pedo here, buddy tried to come into my community full of active duty military. Come on, buddy. We just want to talk to you. The rifles are emotional support rifles. This right here tells me he's just joining communities to join communities. Like, you're not even taking the effort to see if you like the owner's content or anything like that. You're literally just joining random discords, and in this instant it backfired on you. So that's all we really have. I just wanted to give a small update, go into it a little bit more, because I feel like I would be making multiple clips, and I really didn't want to do that. If there is new stuff coming out, it will be clips. I'm gonna try to keep them under a minute, because I know one of the other ones was like 3 minutes long. But yeah, this is the reason why you need to keep your community safe. Keep him out of it. The last thing you want to be known for is that you're okay with having a PDF around. And sorry, not sorry, but we have seen where he will go after people. Now, before we end this, I just want to say and give a big shout out to Rajenkon and Captain. Thank you guys so much for holding on to this, staying on top of it. Same thing for those that did reach out, tell me where to look, people that were ex-friends of him. Thank you so much. If it wasn't for you guys, a lot more people probably could have been harmed by this guy. So thank y'all for really looking out for the community and staying on top of this. So until next time, bye everybody.